what challenges do you think you'll be faced with when you're trying to become a vegan?
I think the biggest challenge is always like commitment, right? Where everyone around you is eating meat, and like you have to like stay a vegan, and it's hard also because the temptation is there all the time. So I think that's the biggest thing. And then do you say to people, I don't want to eat this food, and it just causes like more like tension than it has to be. I think that's the biggest issue.
I decided to become vegetarian because I noticed that when I was eating meat, I would feel a change in my body. I would feel like uneasy or like food hadn't really settled in my stomach. And so I decided to take meat out of my diet, like slowly and surely. I didn't just go cold turkey. I took out like maybe I would just do veggies, like all veggies, 3 days a week, and then have meat the other 4 days. Then as time went on, I would do like veggies 4 days a week, and then meat 3 days, veggies 5 days, meat 2 days, veggies 6 days, meat 1 day, and then totally like vegetarian after that. And I noticed that on the days when I wasn't eating any meat, that I felt like no bloating. I didn't really feel any like indigestion. I didn't have any like acid reflux. So I felt much more like comfortable in my body.
As a doctor, why do you think it's important to go vegan?
So, I mean, I don't think as a doctor it's important to be vegan. I think it's just important for us to make healthy choices with what we take in our bodies. I'm vegetarian, and I'm not pure vegan. Probably 90% of my diet is vegan. I mean, I do eat honey, and I might have eggs once in a while, particularly when I'm traveling. But I think the most important thing, and what we see in healthcare, is making sure that we treat our bodies correctly. There's so many illnesses that I treat on a day-to-day basis in the ER that are the direct result of poor lifestyle choices. Eating food that we aren't able to digest properly, eating in excess, but really eating things that aren't don't actually help us make us feel good. We might eat certain foods that from fast food place that make us feel good in short term, but after you finish eating them, you feel really sluggish. You feel tired. You got gas, and you're bloated, and your skin is breaking out. And so looking at I think becoming a vegetarian really forced me to look at my food choices and really scrutinize what I was putting into my body, instead of just eating whatever was there, but just focusing on what am I eating, how is it going to affect me, what is the nutrient density of this food, is it going to help improve some sort of clarity, and mentally, is it going to give me the energy that I want? Because ultimately, I want this stuff to impact my lifestyle. And I got a pretty rigorous lifestyle.
Number one killer in the country, diabetes, all these chronic diseases they can be just wiped out if people just eat really well. And when I say really well, it's just plant-based diet. Eliminate meat and dairy.
Food is kind of funny. Particularly when you eat like certain types of fast food. Eating it as a kid, eating it as a teenager, eating it as a 20-something-year-old, and you don't really see how it's impacting your overall health and well-being until you look down below and you realize you got a big fat gut. And then you decide, oh, I'm going to play some sports, and you're running around, and you're winded, and you're out of breath. And a lot of this stuff is because, wow, you look back and, why am I feeling like this? Something wrong? Am I sick? It's like, well, you've been eating things that have been toxic to your body. And over time, this stuff accumulates. And I think with a lot of plant-based diets, I know a lot of, big-time athletes have been adapting or adopting plant-based diets, not just because, it impacts their energy level, but it's also easily digestible. If you're about to go work out, in an hour or 2 hours, you're probably not going to go eat a steak. If you do make an attempt to it, you're going to get cramps in your belly, you're going to get bloated, and you're not going to be able to be at your peak performance, but you might take on something that's plant-based because it's easily digestible. And if it can be easily digestible, your body can utilize those nutrients a lot quicker instead of something that's going to take a long time to break down.
Thank you.
You're welcome.